Boom!
Welcome to Thunder Nerds. I'm Brian Hinton.
And Janelle Pizarro.
And I'm Frederick Philip Von Weiss, and thank you for consuming the Thunder Nerds, a conversation with the people behind the technology
that love what they do.
And do.
Tech good! Hey guys, we're at VueConf US 2019 here in
Tampa, Florida.
Yeah, where at?
In Straz. Tampa. Straz performing Tampa.
So Straz performing. We're in Tampa.
Yeah. They only perform in Tampa.
And we're here with a special guest, Rahul Kadyan. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Rahul Kadyan, I'm here.
Welcome to the show. Thanks for being with us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Hey, for our audience, do you mind providing a little bit of context of who you are and what you do?
My name is Rahul Kadyan. I mostly work on Vue compiler. Basically, I work on toolings around the Vue, and that's it.
And you're on the core team, right?
Yeah, on the core team. Obviously.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
And so, what was your talk about? Oh wait, actually, did you speak already?
Yep,
you did. Yeah. What was your talk about today?
My talk was mainly on minions and a little bit on compiler.
Nice.
You're doing it again today. They said you didn't get that memo. You're doing it twice.
Oh,
I thought it was
I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to do it. I am happy to do it again. Like, no amount of minions is enough for us.
Especially in Florida, right?
Yeah. So what does that entail? Tell us a little bit about it.
So the core of the idea was like, I wanted to show how the compiler works. It is basically a collection of simpler steps combined together to build this large tool, which I guess the developer experience what we have right now with Vue single file components. And I wanted to show like how you can use the compiler except to do what it's not doing right now. Means you can basically make it very specific for your application and do almost anything you want.
Oh, nice. Okay. Like, so in what ways you cited the dark arts? So, where do the dark arts come in?
So
I mean, is there voodoo? Got a Ouija board? What's going on?
So under the hood is doing lots of magic, but I say dark arts because it's pretty dark. You won't find a single article who is talking about how compiler works.
Really?
Yeah, there's no one writing about it because no one trying to look under the hood. They take Vue and it works for them and they're happy.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. What is a compiler? Let's start there for us people who are like, what is a compile? I just use that to go get coffee and say my code's compiling. It's fine.
It's my coffee break tool.
Yeah.
Coffee break.
So let's put it simply like we write templates, but browser don't understand templates. So we have to convert this thing to something the browser can understand. They do understand JavaScript, but we take this template and somehow convert to a JavaScript function which can execute in browser. So there are multiple steps involved in it. So particularly for Vue, we take the template, convert into a tree structure. We call it abstract syntax tree. So this is like basically how it's basically a representation of the HTML in sort of a tree where every node is an element in that template, so that the compiler can understand. It does some optimizations on this thing and spits out some JavaScript results in the browser. It's pretty simple.
It's just easy. It's fine.
And then when you get back, your coffee's ready.
Right.
Yeah.
It's magic.
It's literally a coffee machine.
Oh my gosh.
Do you mind going into maybe some of? I don't want you to go into like your full talk, but obviously some of the valuable points, if you could tease some of them for the people that couldn't make it here.
Yeah. So I'll go with the demos. Like I had a demo where we use some attributes just to identify elements in template for testing, like data test attributes, which are good for testing, but they have no use in production. You want to strip them off when you are building for production. So I did show an example where how easily you can just basically strip out all the testing specific code when you are compiling. By default, compiler doesn't do this thing because there are many ways to basically identify element tests. So if we write something like this in compiler, it would be opinionated. So, but it allows you to extend it and make it work for you. Yeah, and another thing I did as a demo was like translating your component at compile time. Let's say you write a component in English, you provide some translations like English to Spanish. You give some language text to the compiler, and when it's compiling, it will take your English string and replace it with Spanish and give you a bundle which is in Spanish. So you don't have to do it runtime.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can really hear, like, as you're talking about your interest and passion in what you're talking about. How did you actually get involved in this? Yeah, I imagine you wake up one day, but I want to work on the compiler.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. So,
it was. Okay.
Yeah.
When you were
There you
4 or 5 years old?
He had a vision. Yeah.
Before that.
There's gonna be a library.
Since he was 4, he's been working on Vue.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like,
You really had vision.
hmm.
You had a view into the future.
Dun,
That's
dun.
fun there. Yeah, so for me it was like that. I really liked Rollup to build my applications. Not applications, like I don't build many applications, but I like small libraries a lot. So I wanted to use Rollup with Vue, and back then there was no way to use it because I was working alone, and he didn't have basically time to do there are so many tools to build your components, so he didn't have time to do this thing.
Sure.
So I started a plugin for Rollup so that we can build our component with Rollups. It means all the people who are writing component libraries, they really liked it. So I went to like, okay, let's move this to the official organization. Yeah, okay, come along. You are part of core team member. Super.
Okay.
Like, all right.
So what does it mean to be a core team member? I got to
Good
talk
check.
a little bit to cool to Damien a little bit about it, but maybe it's different for everybody. What exactly does that entail? What's the job?
So much power.
Yeah.
Basically, so much power. So it's mainly that you don't have to ask people as my pull request.
Oh.
Yeah, it's mainly like you've been working a lot. You are sending lots of pull requests, and we know that you basically, if you know that you are doing really good and you understand what should be there in Vue or should not be there in, you understand that. So just remove that barrier that somebody would come and merge your pull request, just bring them to core team member. Yeah.
Oh, nifty.
So there's no.
Interesting.
Is there so Evan's not looking at all of yours and be like, before that can go in.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all.
No.
Like, is there like a review at all? Do you have a teammate review it before you use
So it's kind of like it's not forced on us. Like let's say I'm putting something in compiler and it would affect, let's say, Vue load or Rollup plugin and this thing. So there are multiple. Basically,
so you let them know, you don't just.
Yeah, I'm going to merge this thing.
Guess what's happening,
I'll
guys?
just ask them for review.
Yeah.
And if there's something like I know that this is correct and it won't affect anyone, it won't break anything.
Yeah.
So I just let them go and merge it. Means they are working on different things. So
Yeah.
I don't want to just bring him to see the code. I know which is correct, so I don't ask for that. But when I feel that it's important, the surface area it's going to touch is like lots of application might break. So then we involve everyone. Like if let's say I'm building some new feature in compiler, I'll bring the docs team. Like, look at this thing. This is going in compiler. It might be you want to update your docs. I'll bring I'll view CLI item. Like CLI might be affected with this by changes in the compiler. So like when you feel that it can go, then it goes. When you feel like it might break something, then we ask for reviews.
So it's almost like a closed review system, if that makes sense. So like you talk to the people that are part of the core team, but not necessarily like everyone in the world.
But still, of course, open source, so everyone can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I don't know if this is money's always a touchy subject, so I'm curious, is there a bounty system with you guys, with the core team members, where you guys get any...
I just do this for fun. Like, I have my day job, and after that, when I have some time, I just go to Vue and work on whatever I have.
That's awesome.
So you're just an open source, warrior for Vue. That's cool.
A warrior.
Yeah, well,
they should add open source warrior to the
beginning of your name. Everybody who contributes to open source should be like they are really warriors because they have to deal with like everybody just pooping on their code all the time.
He's a core team. He's a core team open source warrior.
Ooh,
I'm going to change my name.
Warrior. We're a C-Town.
Adding that to my business card.
That's going on LinkedIn and like later on today.
Yeah, it's going on LinkedIn, Twitter,
Rahul, C-Town extraordinaire.
That's awesome though. I mean, that's something that a lot of people don't. I think a lot of people don't understand with open source is that it truly is passion work. A lot of times, yes, we have exceptions where people do get paid to do it, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But on a whole, the open source communities, people that just love what they're doing and want to help, help projects move forward, and that's amazing.
It's good to get paid for open source.
Of course, everyone wants to get paid.
Yeah, it's
like if someone came up to you, we want to give you lots of money to do this, you'd just be like, no,
no money.
No, pay Rahul.
Yeah, if you pay me to do what I love, I'll definitely do it. I can just throw away my job and just full-time work on it.
But it might ruin it. You might not love it anymore because you're getting money now.
Yeah. It becomes your job.
If you ask, like, have you done it? I'm paying you. Have you done it? Then it might ruin it. But you just keep paying and I'm doing when I like it, and that might not ruin, I guess.
Sure.
Do you think you might even like do it like better? Do you think you'd be like, oh, I'm getting paid, so I'm gonna maybe like work on this for more hours because I love it more?
I guess, yeah.
Well, yeah, you get that. Don't smack it on me. There's like a moth flying around. Yeah, I do wonder though too, because I think one of the benefits of open source versus paid work is that with open source you maybe experiment with options of how to approach something more than you would in a paid version where you're like, we need to get this out. I gotta meet my paycheck. While with open source you can like, I'm gonna try like 20 different ways of doing this, and these two worked best.
There are no deadlines in open source. Like we ship it when we like, oh, it's good, we should ship it.
Yeah.
There are no deadlines like you have to do this by Friday. No. We can do whenever we want.
Is Evan actually like leading the overall direction? I'm curious how the whole hierarchy really works.
Oh yeah, like, and especially like if like Evan got hit by a bus, like
God forbid,
God forbid,
everybody forbid.
Are you like number 6 to like take over? Like how does that work?
So I guess in core team, every member has some part of expertise. Like I work on compile, somebody works on UX, somebody works on router.
So number 5.
Let's say, and so if let's say Evan is not there, or Evan is on vacation for a month, the development will still go on because people are working on it.
Yes.
We just look up to him like for direction because he's been doing really good job.
Yeah,
of course,
But I guess we will continue without him as well.
And that's how every good project should be, right? Like, since everyone's doing it on their own time, like it should be okay for people to go on vacation for a month.
Of course.
Oh my God, yeah.
Totally fine for people to be like, you know what? I'm going to Bermuda and nobody say anything.
I mean, warriors need a break sometimes.
Yeah, they need to go to Bermuda.
It's the perfect place for a perfect.
Yeah, there's a whole song about it.
We'll look that up.
Bermuda, Bahama.
Come on,
never heard that song ever.
See, that's a song.
She just made it up.
It's completely for C-Towels, like Rahul. That's what it is. It's for you.
So we're getting close to the end. Do you have any kind of words of wisdom or anything that you want to bestow upon our audience? Any facts about your talk or takeaway that you want people really to know?
Yeah, I'll say everything is simple. Just look at piece by piece.
Piece by piece.
Yeah. The smallest part. Again, the smallest part, and then combine together. That's how every software works.
I love that. Yeah, that way you kind of figure out every little thing, and if there's one little small piece, you could take that on and fight that battle. Nice. All right, great. Well, hey, how can people get a hold of you? What's the best way? What's your website, GitHub, or Twitter? What do you want to share?
Twitter. So my Twitter handle is I can call me on. So my Twitter handle is GNCK0 because somebody took the original one. Yeah. And you can tweet me directly, DM me, or maybe send a pull request on GitHub.
Nice. All right. Cool. Yeah, and we'll put the links to that in the show notes. You guys got anything else?
No,
we're requesting you now.
Yeah.
Doing it immediately.
Yeah. Thank you.
Really appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks everybody. Tune in for a little bit more coming up later on.